Well, Rita.
Hi.
Hi. And so here we are for Truffle Confidential. We're doing one of the soups that's from our first cookbook together, actually, isn't it?
Which is called A Cook's Story. I'm Rita Erlich. He's Scott Pickett.
Easy. Now, then this dish, Rita, is one that I have on the restaurant menu at Estelle, but it's a little bit different because I do it just with the Jerusalem artichoke, and you wanted the celeriac in.
I do.
Well, in the two pots. So in the big one, what I do is I sweat off the leek.
Yep.
I sweat off the shallot, and then 1 clove of minced garlic.
Yep.
And I'll just drop those like in a really, really gentle pan just to bring out all the fragrance and all the flavours coming off those.
Oil or butter?
Oh,
whichever.
Both. As I said, we're just going to sweat that off really, really gently. But the trick to this soup is all about the artichokes for me, right? So what I've done here is I've given them a really, really good scrub.
Yep. And
we've finely diced them. But it's all about roasting the artichoke, and so I will do it separate to the celeriac and to the leek. So we've got the shallot in there. We've got the leek in there. I can hear that starting to kind of sizzle.
Yep.
And I'll add the garlic later because otherwise that'll burn.
When these are softened.
Yep. Now, I don't want any colour in this because, look, even though this will end up being a lighty brown coloured soup.
If the leek or the shallot burns, you throw it out and start again.
Always, always. Yeah. So good pinch of salt at this stage as well too. That just brings out the liquid. Now, the artichokes, Rita, if you want to pass me the olive oil again. And I've got a nice big fry pan here that's ready just to start sort of roasting the JAs. That's my code name for the Jerusalem artichoke. We call them JA. All right, good gluggle. Good glug, 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 glug.
So that really sizzles.
Yeah, this is going to fry.
This kind of mutters.
Yep. Now, this is all about getting those roasty, toasty, earthy notes actually out of the artichoke. I've done this soup before where I actually just sort of, like I peel them, I slice them, and then I put them into the liquid. And it's not as, like, you just don't get these roasty, nutty flavours. I think that if you roast the artichoke, that it definitely brings out all the nuttiness in the artichoke itself too. Now, the leek and the shallot are ready. I'm going to add the garlic now.
Yep.
And I'm only going to give that about 30 seconds because I don't want that to...
When the aroma arises, that's it.
Yep. We're going to add the milk. And I think you've got the cream and the chicken stock there.
Right,
so that's,
do you want them added now?
You go in there. So I've got almost a litre of milk. There's 500 chicken stock and 500 cream. Now, in classical French cooking, this would be a velouté. And that's my basic ratio for all my sort of vegetable soups is 1 to 1 to 1. So if I'm doing 1 kilo of artichokes, then it's 1 litre of dairy, 1 litre of stock, and then 1 small onion or shallot, and then 1 leek, 1 clove of garlic.
It's a really easy way of getting the proportions right.
Now that that's almost come to the boil, right, I'm going to cook the celeriac in here now, right? So that's 500 grams of the diced celeriac. In there, that goes in. Now, the reason that I cut this small is because I want to cook the soups really, really quickly.
Yep.
Right? Because if we cut it too big, it takes too long. It boils, it over-reduces, and all the flavour goes. But if I cut it small, this soup should cook in 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay.
And it gives you a kind of, you know, rather than a really white, creamy soup, it gives you that sort of light browny, tanny colour. Like a little bit like sort of Richie Benno. Could be beige, could be bone, could be the off-white, the cream. Now I'm adding the butter in now. So this is about 60 grams of butter. And I'll turn that down now, give it a shake. And I'll just gently get all those sort of, like those buttery notes happening now. Nice. Now I'm going to add a little bit of salt now. Yeah, just to start to break down the actual fibres of the artichoke itself.
It's always interesting for me at what point you add salt, because there are so many different points at which you add salt.
It's a lifetime's conversation, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, they're beautiful, roasty, toasty.
Aren't they gorgeous?
Look, that's a dish in itself, Rita, really. Do you know what I mean? Sort of roasted artichoke. You could have that with chestnuts. You could have that just with truffle in its side. You know, doing a crasé, like crush those just with truffle and loads of butter and have that as a little, pillow for your beef or something.
Yep, I like that.
Right, so...
Okay, that's up.
I'm going to turn that off.
And everything.
And then everything goes in there. Then I'm going to bring this over to a high heat now over here, really get this boy going. There we go, look at that. Like you don't even have to hold it down, Rita. This.
Beautiful. I like this stove.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
I like this stove.
Yeah, press and go.
Actually.
Yeah, and they're like the red knobs. I think they heat fast, a bit like a Ferrari. Now, for the garnish, we have the roasted artichokes.
Yep.
And then, as I said, I have a little...
chopped very finely in the oven or in a pan?
No, in a pan, the same method
as
an artichoke too. So, but I've got a little surprise for us. Yeah, my garnish for this is the roasted pork jowl. Yeah, that crackle, look at that.
Oh, wow.
It's hot, but it's delicious. I like the jowl more than the belly.
It's got a sweeter flavour.
Yes, yeah, it does. And there's a line of fat that runs across the top, and then as it melts and cooks, then it just sort of...
moistens the meat.
Yeah, completely. So for the garnish for this, so it will be chives, it will be the roasted artichoke, the jowl, and black truffle.
Always the challenge with a velouté, how you get texture into it. They're gorgeous soups, but you need something to break up the smoothness.
Yep. The jowl's very, very yummy.
And that's jowl crackling.
It's fucking delicious, Rita, I must say. Now with the crackle, right, you can hear that, right? So I chopped that up as well.
The thing that's so nice for me about cooking is that it uses all your senses. You're touching things, you're smelling things, you're listening to things.
Yeah, completely.
And you're looking at things.
So I've got a beautiful mix there. Look, this is just crispy and nutty.
That looks like something you'd sprinkle over the top of a dish.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's almost like a stuffing. After we did it, like we worked out that it's almost like a stuffing. Then what we're going to do is, because it's truffle season, and for Truffle Confidential, then this is something, then we have truffles, so they're going to go...
Confidential, open secret.
Open secret, even better. And you see that now, it's almost, in French it'd be a salpicon.
Yep.
Like diced sort of root vegetables, diced meat. Now I've got the celeriac here that I've just added some chives. If you want to pass me a little bit of the olive oil, Rita. Yep, perfect. Now, I don't add any seasoning to this because it's already been salted. I just mix through the olive oil and the chives. Right, so the soup, I think, is ready to puree now. Now, I'll give that about 3-4 minutes and we're good.
We're ready to take off.
Now, the other little secret that I have here is a little chinois or a little sieve that fits perfectly over that pot. Right, that's just to make sure that there's no foreign objects in there, that there's not too much extra truffle, but look, it makes it really nice and smooth. So we pass it through that as well too, Rita. Oh,
more dishes to wash.
More dishes to wash. There you go, you can see that colour with the celeriac. Right, it's a little bit lighter than what I would normally make it, but that's even better.
Beautiful off-white.
Beautiful off-white. All right, let's have a taste and check the seasoning.
It smells of truffle. It smells fantastic. It's hot.
Yeah, very hot. Yummy. It's very good.
That's my new best friend.
Right, so we're pretty much ready just to finish off and dress our soup and get ready.
Okay.
Probably not enough truffle on there for me. I'm a bit of a truffle shaver. You know, when it's truffle season, Rita, then you've just got to use them. You know, 4, 6, 8 weeks of the year. It's one of life's luxuries, and there's no point in actually going soft. Stunning. Yummy. And I like the celeriac in there. I might pinch that one.
You're welcome. That's bloody good.
Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it? So that's our Jerusalem artichoke and celeriac soup with pork jowl, quail egg, loads of truffle. Doesn't matter whether they're from Western Australia or Victoria or Canberra or Tassie. They're all good. They've all got a different fragrance.
Yep.
Look, These are some of Nigel's absolute rippers.
And that's still got an aroma. Oh, that's lovely.
Look, you could even deep fry them. It'd be the best dim sim you've ever had.
It would.
Now, thanks for joining us on the Truffle Confidential series. There's some great recipes from some other great chefs. This is one of my favourites. Thanks very much, Rita, for sharing the celeriac secret with me.
It's a pleasure, anytime.
Now, if you're in Melbourne, there's a pop-up at the Queen Victoria Markets. Head down there or check out www.trufflemelbourne.com, and they can even be delivered to your house. So treat yourself during winter. Beautiful, very, very versatile tuber. Not expensive, but sometimes it's nice to enjoy the finer things in life.